Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. We're doing a quick one this week. We're running around and we're on tour right now, so we're not going to be with you for the hour. We're probably going to do closer to 45 minutes. If you have a problem with that, you can go watch something else. We don't care. Colin Powell is dead, and it's very sad. And he was the first black liar, and he lied to the UN. He was the first black person who told a big lie about Iraq, and he knew it was a lie. And we respect Colin Powell because that's the game of politics, is lying. I mean, and he did it well. He was a leader and a legend, and he did many other things that were great, but he also, unfortunately, Dick Cheney and that crew of goblins got him to go in and sell the Iraq war. And people believed it. I believed it. I was in, 12th grade at the time, 11th or 12th grade, and I thought that we had to go into Iraq and democratize the Middle East. I believed that. I was a closeted, gay, cocaine addict. And to me, that logic made sense, that people in the Middle East hated us because we were free, and we had to make them free so that they would not hate us anymore. And the way to do that was to go into the country of Iraq and get rid of Saddam Hussein. This is for you Zoomers out there. This is what happened when I was in high school. You had COVID and whatever. I had the Iraq War. And the Iraq War was this war where, similar to Afghanistan, that was going to fix all the problems. It was going to put pressure on Iran and all of these other anti-democratic regimes, and it was going to force them to become thriving societies that respected the rule of law and the rights of women, and they were going to become good trading partners, and that's really what it's about. But Colin Powell was essential in this because Colin Powell went to the UN and gave this very convincing speech about Saddam Hussein having weapons of mass destruction. And it was a black mark on an otherwise pretty stellar career. And it's sad that he died of COVID. He died because he had a cancer that was attacking his immune system. He was fully vaccinated, but that doesn't really matter if you have a cancer that's attacking your immune system. We'll see. Their statements are going to pull. We're recording this on the day that he died. We're a week early today because we had to use the studio. New studio is being built, working with a new realtor. Mm-hmm. Very excited about that, who seems to be a little bit more on the ball.
Yeah, he seems to be
from
good.
what we understand. We've had very bad luck with realtors across the board.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, very bad luck, everything. And realtors fall into two categories, usually. They are older menopausal women that are suffering mild brain damage from either a car accident or an undiagnosed or self-diagnosed autoimmune disorder. These women are usually middle-aged, mid-age. They're on their second marriage or trying to keep the loveless first marriage. And real estate for them might be a second career, or it may be a first career that they kind of had while they were raising their children. And every new client is a new husband for them. And they find a way to let every new client down in the same way that they let their husband down over 30 years. And that's what is this that you pulled up? This is an interesting statistic.
Average age of an employed real estate agent is 48.
Yeah, the average age of an employed real estate agent is 48 years old. So that's usually it's a menopausal woman who's having hot flashes, who wants to fuck Ben. Then I walk in behind him and go, here's the bad news. Yeah. I have all the money. And they basically make a big mess out of everything you're trying to do. The other realtor is a young, jocular, bro-y guy who got into real estate because he wants to crush it. He wants to fucking crush it. And both of these people are incredibly unhelpful when you're trying to get something done. They're incredibly unhelpful. The menopausal woman deals solely in the realm of emotions and says things like, yeah, oh, Well, I believe what I think we can do. Here's what, and then the broy guy's like, yeah, make it happen. We're going to fucking make it happen. Get it done. Neither one of them gets it done. Yeah, there's 156,000 real estate agents currently employed in the United States. 53% are women, 42% are men. It is a women-dominated field, real estate. It is one of the fields that women dominate, as they should. Many of them are very good at it, but many are not. And we've had some real tough run-ins with real estate agents. You know, my realtor out in Palm Springs, lovely woman.
Lovely.
But fits the demographic of what I talked about. Then we had the real estate agent in Agora Hills. Remember her? Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had the realtor in Malibu. Similar thing.
Yes.
Incredibly bad at her job. Do these windows open? I don't know. I mean, just a lazy person, you know, that had no understanding of what she was doing from day to day. And, you know, then we had the woman in Texas who was good. She was probably the best of all of them, but still not perfect. From, you know, not perfect, but good, better, right? I found the house, though. That's what you don't realize. When you use a real estate agent, you actually do most of the work. You do all of the work. You find the house. You call them up and you go, please, God, can we not lose this like we've done 3 other times? And they go, no, not a problem. We're going to get it. Don't worry, Tim. I'm going to make it happen. And then sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But we're excited because we're building out this new studio that we're very excited about to take us into the new era of the Tim Dillon Show, the post-COVID era, the, you know, wherever we are. And we'll be very happy there and very excited about it. We're also, I've just been hired at SNL. And they've not announced that. So congrats to me. Congratulations to me. And I was hired, and the sketch that I pitched, I'm not even kidding. And I was shocked that this got on the air. But the sketch that I pitched was a George Floyd cook-off where people make food to honor the memory of George Floyd. I was shocked that it was going to get on the... But hey, I'm excited. So we're doing that next week over at Saturday Night Live. And of course, the sketch is to make fun of the way that activists promote themselves and not the cause that they are promoting. And nothing's funnier to me than a bunch of amateur chefs making food to commemorate the death of George Floyd. That, of course, a sad thing that he died, tragic. But the sketch, and I had to explain this because you don't get the benefit of the doubt. But I said, well, we have this CBS show, The Activist. What's really funny, let's start doing cooking competitions where people are showing their activism through food. And then the contestants could accuse each other of being racist and appropriating culture. It's a lot of fun. It's a great idea for a sketch on Saturday Night Live. So they hired me, and we're making that sketch next week, George Floyd Cook-Off. It's the opening sketch. I'm very excited about it. Now, the problem is the entire cast will not be in it. So it's just me and Lauren against the entire cast. There's a massive walkout, very similar to what's happened over at the Netflix. Massive walkout. So the entire SNL cast. So if you want to be in it, just DM me or show up at SNL and go, I want to be in the George Floyd sketch, and bring a gun. That's a joke. But I say bring a gun for safety. Yeah. What else is going on here? You told me a very interesting thing about there's people at sea. There's a crew of people that were lost at sea.
Yes. So, you know, this was February 2021.
February 2021, after 3 years abandoned at sea without pay. This oil tanker crew is on the cusp of going home. This is a very interesting story. When a shipping company from the United Arab Emirates, which is why by the way, why do they have the best airline? I'll tell you why. Do you know why? Because it's fear. Because if you work for Emirates, you have a fear of fucking up. When you work at Delta or American, there is no fear of fucking up. But when you work at Emirates, I can't say why this is, but maybe it's because the United Arab Emirates is a bit stricter, a bit harsher with some of the punishments that are doled out for many of the things that people do. And there's something that is instilled in the flight attendants where they just do the right thing. Emirates is a phenomenal airline. United Arab Emirates hits financial trouble in 2017. The shipping company hit financial trouble in 2017 and they abandoned an oil tanker off the coast of Dubai. Now, Dubai is this modern city that's kind of built on slave labor. And it's, a lot of people are pointing to this and saying this is no good. Now, Dubai is incredibly hot. They have everything's indoors. I think they have indoor ski slopes. What they've been able to do in Dubai is amazing because you can't really spend that much time outside. What do they have? Is this an indoor ski slope?
Yeah, the indoor ski slopes. I mean, they have everything here.
They have everything in Dubai, everything you could want inside because what is the average temperature in Dubai? It's very hot. So what you have to do is spend a lot of your time inside. It's very, very hot. Yeah, September, it's 102.
Yeah, it's hot.
So the summer, forget it. But the city, they've used a lot of what they consider slave labor to build these very tall, very luxurious buildings. And they have been criticized for that heavily. So now they abandoned a shipping company. They ran into trouble and they abandoned this oil tanker. It left a small crew aboard. They were stranded at sea without pay or a way home. We're talking 2017. Those men have been on the tanker ever since. But a chance at repatriation for the 5 remaining crew seems to be finally within grasp. The owner told us, please wait. I want to sell the ship, and after I will clear the salaries. Well, it's nice. Remembers Nay Win, who came to work as a chief engineer on the MT Iba from his home in Myanmar. So we are waiting. Be patient. So Wynn started work on the tanker in 2017, a few months before the owner. It's amazing to me that people could just, through the whole pandemic, through the entire pandemic, these guys are stuck on an oil tanker. It's kind of worked out well, if you think about it. Everyone's going to go and blame the guys. They're going to say, you shouldn't have done this. But really, I love the quote, all's well that ends well. And if you think about this, these people have been socially distanced, away from others, during a global pandemic. How are they getting food? Somebody said that in the article. They go, without money, how can they eat? With no money, how do we manage? How is this? I don't understand how this is happening. Do you understand how they're eating?
I'm assuming they're fishing. I'm looking at the gentleman. They're probably fishing over the board, and they might have cans of food, But the only collateral they have, it says the only collateral they have is the ship itself. So that's why they don't abandon it, because the company wants to get the ship back. So they're trying to get paid,
Well, can't the company just hire people to go on there and kill them and take the ship?
I suppose so. Yeah.
I believe that's the next step. But I understand what they're saying. Bowerman said his organization has been supporting the crew through, quote, a pretty grim existence. But again, it's only one way to look at it. The men have been living in the same clothes for months, washing in cold water or seawater, and relying on his charity for food. So someone's bringing them food out there. But couldn't they just get on a boat and leave?
They don't have passports, it says, so they can't go anywhere. They can't,
So they're totally stuck.
Yeah.
But a boat comes, something drops them off food, and they can't get on this boat and leave.
Well, I guess they want to get paid.
Right.
So they're staying on the ship until they get paid. It's
Okay.
sort of a standoff.
The first thing is to make sure they've got food, they've got water, they've got a little bit of oil for the generators. The organization also wanted to, quote, be physically present to listen to their stories. Bring them news of home. Don't even do that. Don't bring them any news of home. Try to ensure that their well-being is looked after as much as possible. So now what is going to happen here
says following the agreement overpay, the crew agreed to stay on the ship while it towed to safety with hopes that the repatriation process can begin early next month. So they eventually got home and supposedly got paid for their time at sea.
I smell a movie. I think it would be a good film to have these guys on the boat just existing. But we've had too many films like that already. We've had too many. So then it goes music, barbecues, Wi-Fi, managing morale for those idled at sea. I bet they were having a little more fun than they wanted to admit. Do you go gay in that time in 3 years? It's a question. Do you? It's very odd. 3 years of no females, do you go gay? Because if this is a movie, it's gotta just be about gay sex. Muslim gay sex. That would have to be the direction Hollywood goes in.
Okay.
Muslim guys, and they're like, I have this religion, but I also want to fuck, and there's no women around, so it just becomes like a hot kind of orgy. And that seems like the way that the movie would go. It would be like Brokeback Mountain, but these guys in an oil tanker for 3 years who can't bathe. You know, just kind of pounding on an oil tanker. Well, I wish them the best. God bless. You had an experience. Everybody is looking in life for, everybody plans everything. Everybody has a plan. And this is the real problem I noticed. In between my generation, where our parents did not care about us at all, and subsequent generations where people were, you know, what do they call them? Helicopter parents. They were always involved. They were helping their child strategize every single moment of their life. There's some happy medium there, and many parents listen to the show. There's a happy medium between my parents, where they just dropped you off at Pizza Hut and said, go get molested, and the people that were planning every single moment of your life, because really you can't plan everything. Sometimes you're going to end up on a ship having sex with a man and you didn't know you were gay, but you have 3 years. It's fuck time. And you know what that means? It's Blue Chew. Get your dick hard. BLUCHEW, Blue Chew. It's got the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's in a chewable form. You can take it anytime, day or night, full or empty stomach. You go in there, eat the pill, and you're ready to fuck. Blue Chew is everything. It's discreet. It's online. Medical professionals give you a diagnosis. It's shipped right to your house. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to look at the person who became a pharmacy technician who you went to school with, who's better than you, who stayed in college, who didn't get invited to the party, and you thought actually getting invited to the party made you better, but it didn't. It made that guy better because now he's got a wife and he's got a house, and it's not a great house, and the wife's okay, but you've got nothing, and you're living with your mother, and your dick doesn't even work because you've spent so many time, watching porn and jerking off. You've completely ruined yourself. And this guy has just living a stable life as a pharmacist, and he's doing fine. But fine to you looks great because you are not doing fine, and you're still pumping it out in your fucking basement. You have a horrible porn addiction. You're not addicted to drugs, thank God, because you can't even afford them. You're a low-level grifter. You have nothing going on. You work at telemarketing, trying to sell people shit. You were trying to do solar panels for a while. You bum cigarettes off 15-year-olds at the mall. You are a disgusting hunk of shit. But the only thing that you're able to do is pump cum out of your dick into some slore who you find. So God, at least do that well. BLUEChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Promo code TD, Blue Chew, promo code TD. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code TD at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code TD to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Watch Gang. Dude, I'm becoming a watch guy. Are you a watch guy?
I am.
There's two types of guys in the world. There are watch guys, and there are guys whose dicks don't work. If you're a watch guy, you get puss. sloppy, wet puss. If you're not a watch, have you ever seen a woman have sex with a man without a watch?
Not that I can recall.
Or a man. A man will not have sex with you without a watch. No one's going to fuck you without a watch. Join Watch Club. They've given over 500 Rolexes away. They give a tag away every Tuesday, a Rolex every Friday, and a Seiko every Saturday. Treat yourself with 70% off retail, a plan for every price point. Keep every watch. You can't have one watch. You need watches for different times. You need a watch for when your brother tells you that he's leaving his wife because you love his wife and you want to fuck his wife and you don't really like him, but you can't, but will you? You wrestle with that. You have this crazy fantasy of fucking your brother. You need a watch. Maybe that's a Seiko. I don't know, but you need a watch for that moment. You need a watch for the moment when you go in and tell your boss you deserve more and you need a raise and he says, no, you don't, and you're not getting one, and you don't quit. Even though you said you were going to quit, you march right back to your desk and you sit there and you do the same shit you've done for 3 years because you don't want to bet on yourself. You don't have the work ethic and the intelligence to make it work on the outside. So you go back to your little cubicle prison. You need a watch to look at to see when lunch is. Certain times you need certain watches. Get a watch whenever the hell you want it, monthly, quarterly, whenever the hell you want. Go to watchdang.com and use the promo code TIM for 20% off all plans. That's WATCHGANG.com, promo code TIM. Save 20%. That's watchgang.com, promo code TIM. Teen girls are showing up to the doctor with tics. Experts think anxiety, depression, and TikTok could be playing a role. I have motor tic syndrome. It's something that I've had since I'm a kid. I have tics. I have eye tics. I have all kinds of tics. If I don't get sleep, or if I'm eat a lot of sugar, and when have I done that? Never. Thank God, I've never done that. But if I do these things, if I don't care for my overall health, the tics will get worse. I do not have the vocal component of Tourette's where I would yell words that would get me kicked off this site where you're watching the show. I don't have that. But people do. Tourette's syndrome is a genetic nervous system disorder. It can cause tics, repetitive involuntary movements, or sounds. It mostly impacts boys, and the tics physically start when a person is young and then develop over time. But women get them as well, and now women's tics, and you may know more than me, but I read this article. They seem that they're being exacerbated by meaning made worse, by the content they're watching on TikTok. And TikTok, ironically, TikTok. So these people that have Tourette's are watching people on TikTok and just stroking out. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, it says doctors noted that what's happening isn't necessarily Tourette's.
It's not Tourette's.
But a functional movement disorder.
It's a functional movement disorder because kids want to fit in. They want to fit in. They want a community. People all over the world want a community. Whether it's hot people or rich people or fucking activists or poets or fucking some dumb hick. They all want a community. And even people that any community will do, the standards for what community you end up in are not high. People don't care. So if you have to have tics as part of the initiation to get into the community, go, hey, you tick, I tick. We're like this. So I don't understand. So some kids have pulled out their phones and they show the doctors TikTok, and it's full of these Tourette's cooking and alphabet challenges. Now, I don't know what those are, but I imagine it's people with Tourette's cooking.
And just screaming like different slurs and flipping off their mom and cooking everything.
Because it's funny.
It's
funny when you make an omelet and you go, faggot. It's funny. That's funny. I'd watch that, but I wouldn't because then maybe I'd tick more. That's the game. And then I can't blame, nobody would believe. People don't even believe I do. If I just started saying horrible things, nobody's going to say, oh, he has Tourette. No one would care. It's mild Tourette's, and I can't get away with anything. Like I have mild homosexuality. My homosexuality is not pronounced, but it's effective when it needs to be. I have sex with men, but that's not really what being gay is anymore. Being gay is not really having sex with men. It's really dyeing your hair. It's gone from having sex with men to dyeing your hair, which is much easier to do. Having sex with men you have to put a penis in your mouth, like an entire penis, or in your butt, or you have to put your penis in someone else's butt. It's an activity. And dyeing your hair is relatively simple. You would dye it a purple or a blue or a green and then not have sex with men, women, or anyone, but you can be queer. You can be queer and go, I'm queer. And you go, well, what does that mean? And they go, well, I reject the gender binary and I'm pansexual. You go, what does that mean? Well, I have sex with anyone. Well, who have you had sex with? Well, not anyone, really. Maybe I have sex, but usually it's I'm pansexual, but I'm not having sex with a person of the same sex. I just have sex with my boyfriend, but I'm a white woman with blue hair, so I'm queer. So it's interesting that I have a very mild form of homosexuality. It has not progressed into dyed hair and the rejection of the actual sex acts, because that's the heightened form of homosexuality where you reject any and all sexual contact, but you replace it with fun glitter and hairstyles and things like that. Some kids have pulled out their phones. They show the doctors, hey, I'm watching people with Tourette's cook and do alphabet challenges. The Jerusalem Post reported that these disorders can be treated. Doctors suggest kids take a social media break. Isn't it time to take a break if social media is giving you Tourette syndrome? Isn't it time to take a break if social media is giving you an involuntary tic disorder? It might be time to take a break. And I don't know I don't think these kids are forcing these tics. This is actually something that is happening to them, right?
Well, you also see communities on TikTok of people who claim they have like Asperger's or autism.
Right.
And they love to, what's it called? Where they shake. I forget what they call it. Where they do this together. Because it's sensory overload. So it's girls jumping on their bed doing this because they love to have autism. So it's a lot of like feigned. They see that these people are very popular, and a lot of these things are feigned to be just like interesting, you know. So yeah. I think a lot of this is probably fake, right?
I think we've gotten to a point now where technology, I've made this point ad nauseum, has flattened everybody to the point where people aren't really developing personalities anymore. So the only way to distinguish themselves is to get a disorder and get it quick. Get a disorder and get it quick. Anxiety, depression, Tourette's. Don't be picky. Asperger's, anything. Get on the spectrum and stay there. That seems to be, if you want a social life, the best thing you can do as a child is to develop some type of disorder. Now, in the real world, that doesn't work as well, but online, people actually gravitate to each other on the basis of shared horror, shared pain, shared problems. Nobody online is like, I love this, and the other person's like, I love that, let's together. Usually it's like, I am suffering, I am also suffering. I hate this, I also hate this. Let's form a bond. And all of these kids, their meaningful social interactions are primarily online. So what they're doing is they're going online and they're saying, who else has a problem? And certain problems look more fun than others. And I mean, and I'm not saying that these problems aren't real and they don't exist and that people don't genuinely have them. I'm saying that this word that nobody likes to use, social contagion, everyone hates that, because usually when people talk about it, they talk about a lot of the women that are now identifying as non-binary. And they're saying, you know, there are people that say, how many people are non-binary? And the entire class at Oberlin College raises their hand. And you go, statistically, it's impossible. I come from a time where being a faggot was special. Now, not so much. Now, part of this social contagion word that people don't like is because it was used against gay people and against all, you know, we're saying this isn't really who you are. You're just doing this to piss off Tipper Gore or something. I don't know. Remember Al Gore's fat wife who didn't like Marilyn Manson? I don't know if she had a problem with gays, but whatever. She didn't like Marilyn Manson, and I thought he was cool back then. Not so much now. It's gone in a weird direction I can't fully support. But Antichrist Superstar was a good album if you were a 7th grade goth, closeted gay guy who was just starting to discover that you could crush up pills and put them up your nose. Now, people hate that word social contagion, but we're social animals. We exist in a social space. And all of the things we do primarily are to make ourselves achieve a level of comfort. And then there are people out there that don't want that level of comfort and push through it. And those are the people who genuinely, not always, but generally can accomplish things, because to accomplish things, you have to push yourself out of a comfort zone. But everything we're doing socially is to arrange our lives to be comfortable. And having friends and having social commitments to people is a way to be comfortable. And you know who does it? The Nelk boys do it. They do it very well. And they have built this community amongst college kids who just want to drink, party, get fucked up, get their dicks wet. I mean, they want to have fun. And my favorite Nelk kid is Steve Will Do It. Support him now before he's in a Mexican jail. Steve Will Do It. He's the world's #1 YouTube channel. I don't know if that's true, but it might be. And if you're drunk enough, it is. Steve is great. He's always giving people Teslas. He loves watches. He makes bazillions of dollars, and he's part of the collection of Nelk. They're a Canadian group, internet pranksters, if you will. They go and have a lot of fun. They get to drive around and drink and do coke in front of the cops, and because they're white, none of them get shot. It would be hard for a black group to pull off some of their videos, right? It would end with Minnesota being burned down, because that's just the reality of race in the country. Sure. I didn't do it, but this is unfortunate, right? There isn't really a black Nelk, is there? Can you be a black Nelk? Can you just go around and pretend to have cocaine on you if you're a black guy? Probably not. See? Candace Owens would say you can. She'd be like, you could absolutely be a black Nelk. You could be a black Nelk. I think you can. Steve is one of the biggest, he's got one of the biggest emerging fashion brands, baby. With Full Send, they send me stuff. Look at this hat. Go to fullsend.com to sign up for exclusive merch drops. Everything is currently sold out, and you don't want to miss out on any more Full Send exclusives. A lot of the young guys love that we're doing these ads, and they're signing up. Lastly, go right now to Steve Will Do It's YouTube channel and see what the hubbub is about for yourself. He drops new videos every single Thursday. Go to his YouTube channel right now. See what he's doing. What is he up to? One of my favorite things he did was he's standing in a VIP line in a casino, and a woman doesn't know who he is and goes, "Why are you in that line?" And he turns around and goes, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch." So it's fun stuff like that. Bradley Martin is hiding Brian Laundrie. Surprising David Dobrik with a Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, he's also doing philanthropy with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's right.
They go around and help young drunks secure drugs and alcohol for themselves. Getting a happy ending massage. I opened a free food truck in Compton. I raced my Lamborghini for $200,000. I almost died with Steve-O. I'm dating a beautiful 31-year-old Latina woman. And he's young, Steve Will Do It. He's like a young person. How old is this guy?
I believe he's like 22.
He's 22. He's young, and he's a very successful guy. And he's been very kind to us here at the show. He's been very nice to us. And
He's 21, 22. Yep.
22. He's always trying to help us out. And this goes to show you, not every 22-year-old with a drinking problem and mild autism is going to be as successful as this guy. It's not going to happen. No. You know what I mean? You have to really put in the work, and that work will kill you. Most people who try to do what Steve Will Do It does will die. Truly. They will die. So the fact that this guy has not only remained alive, but thrived is amazing. So go to his website, Steve Will Do It, right?
Yeah, just his YouTube channel. That's what he's really promoting.
STEVE Will Do It on YouTube. Go to Steve Will Do It on YouTube and subscribe. Keeps, you need your hair. How do you do it? Do you get a wig? Do you have some weird surgery? No, you keep the hair that you have right now. If you start with Keeps, they will preserve the hair that you have on your head. That is so important because you're keeping your real hair. All the other stuff looks fake. Keeps is great. Discreet packaging, proven results. They offer a simple, stress-free way to keep the hair that you have on your head. Convenient virtual doctors, consultations, medications delivered straight to your door every 3 months. You don't have to leave your home. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competition. Guys, prevention is key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months, so you got to act now. Every ad we have on the show supports the show. They support comedy. The owners of these companies are fans of comedy and the type of comedy that we do. It's important that you support them. If you are losing your hair, it's time to start with Keeps. So if you're ready to take action to prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com, keeps.com/Tim Dillon to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/Tim Dillon to get your first month free. keeps.com/Tim Dillon. Healthcare's crazy. We know it. We talk about it all the time. Sadly, we do not have a government that's going to guarantee people health care, certainly not in the short term. So we have things like Crowd Health that can make it a little better. I mean, half of Americans are on a high-deductible insurance plan on the hook for thousands of dollars of deductibles, copay, sky-high premiums. I mean, it's bad. It's the leading reason people go bankrupt. Crowd Health is not health insurance, but it is a better way to pay medical expenses. It's a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system. So it's a nice place where you can go get a simple, flexible, affordable way to pay for your health care. Being in the Crowd Health community can save hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Membership is a monthly subscription. Start or stop when it's convenient for you. Simple and transparent pricing customized to your needs. Crowd Health lowers your monthly healthcare costs, and you can see any doctor you want. Using their app, find nearly any doctor in the country ranked from 1 star to 5 stars. Scan bills, throw them away. Crowd Health will take it from there. Press a button to receive virtual care anytime, anywhere. This is a health community. It allows people to get virtual care to help manage their medical debt. It's great. It's a community of health-conscious members who want to get and stay healthy in return for lower prices. Crowd Health gets rid of insurance middlemen and passes the savings along to its members. 100% of your monthly membership pays for actual health care costs, helping the whole Crowd Health community stay healthy while keeping more money in your pocket. Crowd Health is able to offer amazing prices because of its community health-conscious members. Crowd Health is not health insurance. It's community-powered alternative. Terms and conditions apply, but just go to crowdhealth.com/fit. Use promo code Tim Dillon at sign up. Join crowdhealth.com/fit. Promo code Tim Dillon at sign up. But for limited time, our listeners will get their first month free. And if you're a member, after you've been a member, Crowd Health will include a fitness wearable. That's 30 days to try risk-free, plus a fitness wearable. It's a win-win.
Okay, that's it.
Do you have any plans for the Halloween? I know it's coming up, and October is a great month, and many people are excited about Halloween. Is you, because you were at a Jesus school, were you allowed to participate in Halloween?
Yeah, but it was very innocent. Like, you dress up like a little skeleton and you just get candy. It wasn't like you went to haunted houses and stuff in Long Island, right? Like
we would
stuff.
go sometimes to things like a hayride or a haunted house.
Right. Yeah, and nothing like that. Too satanic. My neighbors didn't read Harry Potter. People were weird about that stuff.
People were weird about it. And you were able to but you would go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Who would you go with?
Just my mom and my dad.
And they would bring you trick-or-treating?
Mm-hmm. We'd go in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And they would. What would you get?
You get the classics. You get Reese's Cups. You get Butterfinger. You get Twix.
Here's the deal, folks. You need to have, if you're going to do a Halloween bowl of candy, Reese's is the best. It's a peanut butter cup. That's number one. It's really the number one candy, I believe. Go look at the candies ranked. Look at the rankings of the candies. I'm not a huge candy person, but Reese's is amazing. You got to have the little bags of M&Ms. You got to have the little Butterfingers. You got to have the little Hershey's where it's like special dark and milk chocolate, the little Hershey's things.
Let's start at number one.
Well, yeah, what is the number one ranked candy in America? Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, they just are.
This is specifically for Halloween, so you're right on the money with that.
Here's the thing about the Reese's peanut butter cup. It's kind of the perfect candy. When my parents told me that they were getting divorced because they didn't love each other anymore, and it surprised me because I thought all the fighting and the screaming and the sleeping in separate bedrooms meant that things were going well. But when they told me that they didn't want to be a family anymore, but they were going to live together and have a very painful 2-year period of figuring out who got Aunt Gussie's coffee table, I took solace in the peanut butter cup, which is great if you freeze it. If you put a peanut butter cup in the refrigerator or freezer, it's great. They're great in ice cream. They're just phenomenal. They are the best candy by far. You and your wife got a bowl of horrible things to give to children.
That's not true.
They didn't have Reese's. They don't have M&M's.
But
they don't have Hershey's.
We had peanut butter Snickers, which are good.
Dude, they're not nothing.
Twix is number 2 on this list. We had Twix, which you ridiculed
if you're
me
a
for the
child
Twix.
and you're eating Twix, Twix's campaign was like never for children, isn't it? What was?
Wait, what was it?
Well, no, that was Kit Kat. Kit Kat was you need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like Kit Kat. I think is for my mother likes Kit Kat. I think Kit Kat's for like older people.
Yeah. Twix's slogan is "Try both, pick a side."
Okay, interesting. I don't know that that's the one to have in this political climate, huh? But it's kind of sexy and fun. Try both, pick a side. It's like I'm not picking a side. How about that? But it's exciting times here, with Halloween right around the corner. Remember the gang initiation myth, but maybe it wasn't a myth, where people were worried that if you went out on Halloween, people in gangs were going to kill you because then they could get into the gang. This was a thing that white suburbanites were like, it was on their radar that Halloween. Now, by the way, all these myths come from something. So there has to be some truth to the idea that there is something going on Halloween.
I'm checking it on Snopes.
Well, Snopes is a CIA front, but it is.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of is.
Yeah. But they cite their
Up until
sources.
recently, Snopes was like, Jeffrey Epstein's a math teacher. Like, Snopes is full of shit. Fucking listening to Snopes. I'm just saying it doesn't mean that the level of, like, satanic panic, were people getting crazy? Yes. But was there some child molestation going on? Indisputably, it was happening. And was some of those people evil and occult and whatever? For sure. But yes, did it go crazy to the point where like Tipper Gore's running around going, hey, Pantera and Marilyn Manson and Ozzy Osbourne? Like, yeah, it went crazy. But so I think the Halloween gang initiation has to come from somewhere.
Well, it says in 2008 was a busy year for the gang initiation week concept because in the days before Halloween in 2008, 2 men were arrested in Newark for a drug and gang-related shooting rampage that left 2 dead, and an intelligence report by the Virginia State Police presented a possible scenario in which the Bloods would target law enforcement on Halloween with an ambush precipitated by a low-level gang member following a call to the police about a domestic disturbance or a street fight.
Right, I heard that too, that they were going to go after cops and that they were going to, they don't seem to materialize.
No. I was always told that, like, on Halloween, people would drive around without their headlights off, and if you flashed them to warn them that their headlights were off, then they would turn around and chase you down and kill you.
Well, this is all part of these gang initiation myths. And then there was, people are going to poison your candy. Remember that? They were like, don't accept an apple, which is, I get it.
Yeah.
They're like, remember that? There was a story where there was like razor blades in an apple.
Yeah, I wonder if that was urban myth.
It might have been. I love the idea of Americans telling their fat children to not accept a fruit. Don't you accept an apple. You take Snickers, Reese's, Twix.
There's a whole Wikipedia for poisoned candy myths.
We're a very terrified country. We like fear. Fear is what unites us. And Halloween is a great time for people to be afraid of losing the family members that they don't really care about anyway. It's a very good time for that. And this was a boomer thing. They were like, everybody's going to kidnap you, poison your candy, gangs are going to... This is how I grew up. And they don't realize... Now they don't understand why everybody's has anxiety and depression and everybody's paranoid. They're like, there's a white van that's driving around the community who's going to kidnap you and fuck you. And then... the gang is going to initiate. You're going to be part of a gang initiation when you get shot in the head on Halloween if you haven't died from your poison apple first. By the way, this is straight out of like, what's the one with the poison apple? Snow White?
Yeah.
This is straight out of like a Grimm's fairy tale. that there are people poisoning candy and giving. Now, I'm sure a few people did that, maybe.
No. In fact, this just gained credence during the Industrial Revolution, so it seems to be xenophobic because it says when food production moved out of the home or local area where it was made in familiar ways by known and trusted people to strangers using unknown ingredients and unfamiliar machines and processes. So as soon as it wasn't local anymore, people were going, well, you don't know who made that. You don't know where that came from.
Why haven't xenophobic people continued with that? And why aren't they talking about poison burritos? Because people are too fat.
Yeah, I guess.
They love you can slander an apple. You can't slander an empanada. People go, I don't care. I don't care if it's poison, it's good. It's warm and I can hold it in my hand. I love how apples took a beating. Like, yeah, they're poisoning the apples. There's razor blades in the fruit. There's the produce is gonna kill you. I love it. It's all the things we're told are just horrible. Don't eat anything that's not in the package. Don't eat anything that's not highly processed food. Yeah. You look at the corporation that made that food before you eat it. I'm going to give out celery sticks this year that have been dipped in fentanyl. I want to be the first person who actually poisoned people on Halloween. We should set up a video where the door opens and I just give kids healthy food and have them reject it because it's poison. My mom said that's poison. I'm like, it's a salad. It's poison. What is that? It's radicchio. That's poison. Give me a Cadbury cream egg or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's for Easter. But it's an unhealthy country. What do you want me to do? If a big news story happens this week, we'll address it on the Patreon. We wanted to do a video episode. I wish the best to everybody here that's suffering from involuntary tic disorders from their use of social media. There is a time when perhaps we should put the phone down. How bad is this going to get? Are there going to be people that are actually getting cancer to fit in? When will this end?
Well, did you see all the videos of the people faking the side effects of the COVID vaccine?
Well, I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
But I think there are real side effects, but
Absolutely.
I don't know if people are filming.
Right.
Yeah. Some of them are like this.
Yeah, it's like.
All right. But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing I was thinking about. What were we just talking about before you interrupted with the COVID vaccine?
About the TikTok symptoms that girls were having?
Yeah, about social media. Oh, yeah, I never liked, when someone got cancer and then everyone shaved their head? I think that's patronizing. I didn't love that. And I know that's a heartwarming thing that most people are supposed to love. It's the same with the dog videos I never liked. The dog is happy that the soldier's back from Iraq. I'm like, you adopted this animal and then abandoned it to go kill children in Iraq. The dog has no idea what you've been doing. If the dog knew how many children and dogs you killed, probably, right? Dogs can't judge. I never liked those videos. I never liked the bald head where we all shave our head. Well, we're shaving it in solidarity. What? I don't understand. I guess it makes young kids feel better. There's something nice about it. I do, every now and then they'll be like, this dad got his son's birthmark tattooed on him to make his son feel better. And I go, I get it. There's something sweet about that. But the kid's eventually going to grow up and go, this was dumb. Right? My dad's never copied anything that I wouldn't tell my dad to go out and be successful. People have to have their own identities. TimDillonComedy.com. It's a quick one today, but last week we went 117. So that's it. You get what you get here. TimDillonComedy.com. I'm not reading all the dates. There's a lot of dates. Come see us live. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing stand-up comedy. Well, I am. It's a tremendous event. We're all over the country. After this tour, we're going to the UK. We're announcing a week-long tour in the UK. We're going to be in London and Ireland and I believe Scotland. We're still firming up those details, but it's going to be good for everyone. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to be fun. And eventually we're going to go to Australia when they open that place up. But I mean, they just went full fascist mode in Australia. Amazing. You would never think it would be Australia. You'd never think it would be the chill, laid-back country where people like grilling. You never thought it would be. Melbourne to bring an end to the world's longest lockdowns. They had the longest lockdown in the world. These people were subject to all kinds of intrusions, privacy. They had none. They were pitching all this facial recognition software. They're checking you and making sure you have coffee in your cup if you're out. It is a fascist country. You can see how easily countries slip into 100% fascism. And Australia was particularly susceptible to this because, as I've said before, their population is made up primarily of lazy and stupid criminals, which is why they were susceptible. Now, not everyone is a lazy, stupid criminal. I know that. But too many people are over there. And it allowed the government to just trample over their rights. And we're going to touch on the Great Resignation a little bit on the Patreon. But there's something going on that's very interesting right now. The Great Resignation has gone global. I believe the pandemic has made people think about mortality and their life in a way that they've never thought about it before. Most people just get up every day and they kind of, they don't question, they just do. And they have to because that's the way, the system is set up. I think more and more of those people all over the world are going, what do I want out of life? And they've seen or maybe know people that have died. There was just enough death to make you go, ooh. It wasn't Black Plague level by any means, but there was enough uncertainty and paranoia to go around that if you're a sentient creature, you had to start thinking about the random nature of life and how weird, cruel it is. And that means you say to yourself, what should I be doing? Am I wasting my time here at Houlihan's? Am I wasting my time at restaurant chain Houlihan's? I might be. Maybe I should not spend my entire life working at Get up, Houlihan's.
I don't know what this is. I'm Googling this.
Houlihan's. Get the menu up. Who's hungry? You go to Houlihan's, there's just a woman eating a French onion soup, and she's lifting it up so you can see how much cheese they put on top.
They won't let me look at the menu until I tell them where I am.
Just tell them anywhere.
I'm Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Great.
Let's see.
So there are people right now that are working at Houlihan's. Go to the appetizers.
You want apps? Okay.
Yeah.
For lunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those people every day are not being paid what they want. And they have to say, do you want to try Houlihan's famous shrooms? And people go, what is that? And you go, it's panko crusted and garlic herb cream cheese stuffed mushrooms with a creamy horseradish sauce. And some people go, no, I don't want that. And they're in a rush. And they're just having a first dinner with their kid since, the breakup was announced. And people go, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work at a theme restaurant. I don't want to tell people about Houlihan's famous shrooms. I want more out of life. And you got to support those people, but you also have to get a cup of coffee in less than an hour. So how do you do that? How do you wrestle with those things? I want people to fully realize their dreams, but I also want them to understand that dreams aren't real and we live in hell. But I want people to really try to go after what they want. But I also want to get in and out of Starbucks in less than an hour and a half. Somebody has to work at Starbucks. Are they here?
I think I heard someone. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Well, we're wrapping up anyway. There's a lot of really good podcasts to record here. Very successful people. So that's my whole thing. And that's what we're going to go into on the Patreon. Wrestling with those two things between, I want people, like here's what it is. Some of the slave owners probably like the hymns. And they would sit on the porch and go, the music is beautiful, but the field needs to get played. So it's we're in a weird time. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. We are, we just got back from a meeting, not a meeting. What is it, engagement?
Mm-hmm.
With one of the bigger tech people here in Austin.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. We've got Whitney Webb later on the show, talking about some things coming down the pike with the vaccine passport. And we met this dude through a mutual guy. He was a nice guy, brilliant guy, very smart, very successful. When we walked in, I felt like he didn't really know us or knew who we were, what we did. I think he only has a slightly better understanding of it after the 2 hours. But we played pickleball, which is a game. It's like it's a cross between tennis and ping pong. And it's very interesting when you meet like high-powered, successful people. A lot of times they're like, do something athletic in front of me. Let's see if you can do something. Do you have a competitive edge? Do you want to win? You know, it was like that kind of, they said there was going to be a lunch. We walked in, there was like hummus and a strawberry. So it was like not exactly, but that's fine. They're healthy. That's what they eat. You know what I mean? Tech successful. It was a scene from Ex Machina is what it was. But it was lovely. It was lovely. And, you know, the house is, you know, tremendous and beautiful. And then they go, let's play some pickleball. Do you guys play pickleball? And I was like, I don't really know what it is, but I'm sure I will do it. And then it's a cross between tennis and ping pong. Mm-hmm. So it's like a court in a gym and you're playing pickleball. And me and Ben, of course, are going to play together. But then they said, well, you're both beginners, so you should play with the other people there. So we did. And it was, now you look at me and you look at Ben and you're like, oh, Ben, he's going to be the athlete. Ben was so bad at this game. And he kept cheating by going into this area where you were not supposed to go into. It was so embarrassing. Now, they're in gym clothes. Me and Ben have jeans on because we didn't really know. It was raining. We didn't know it was going to happen. And I was doing pretty damn good. Like a few of the other people there were like, you're going to be really good at this. I had a great, you know, because I played tennis as a kid a little bit. And I know how to really just kind of hit the ball, just have it sail right over the net. Ben was aggressively, you know, we're playing doubles. And Ben was aggressively trying to like hit the ball in front of the other people and then just failing miserably at it. Did you know how bad you were doing?
I charged the net a couple of times. It was embarrassing.
Did you feel how bad you were doing?
I had a couple of
were
them
you
told me
shocked
how good
at
I was, actually.
Who told you that?
Well, I can't say his name, but
he was not. I was doing very well.
You were great at serving. Very good at serving.
You know what? You know what? See, this is what he's trying to do. I was doing really, really well, okay? I do what I do well, and Ben likes to pretend he does everything well. I'm an amazing server. And then I can also do the volley, but I also feel like after I've done the serve, I should be done for the point. I don't want to run around the court like a psychopath. It's unbecoming of a man of my stature. So I do the serve, and then the other person runs around like a monkey. And then I was good at returning too. He's being a piece of shit because he was genuinely embarrassing. And these are really rich, successful people judging us. And the pig is murdering it, running around the court, doing what I have to do. And then this guy's family walked in, and then they were all staring there watching Ben just wildly run around. And it was it was hard to see. It was hard to see for me because I felt bad for Ben. I was embarrassed for Ben. We'd never done anything athletic before. And you were thinking that I was just going to not be good at all.
That's not true at all.
That's what you felt.
No, I know you were a swimmer and everything.
Yeah, pipe down. What happened was I was phenomenal. I was pretty damn good. The guy looked at me and said, you are going to be very good at this. The other guy. The main guy said you were good. When did he say that?
He actually said twice. He's like, wow, that was really impressive when I was up there. Like, I had a couple times where it was
Yeah,
like,
that's
insane.
one isolated thing. That's not a review of your performance for the entire day. It's what you did, one or two good things.
I don't think I missed a serve though. Like I didn't hit a serve out of bounds though. I had the serves were pretty good.
I was just saying, between me and you, would you argue that I did a little better?
Oh wow. Overall?
Yeah, overall.
You won more games.
Well, they care about winning. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
What metric are you deciding? I won more games. What metric are you going off of?
Inner belief.
Well, anyway. After the game, we hung out and ate hummus, and it was nice.
Some matcha. Delicious.
Yeah, some matcha. It was lovely meeting new people here in Austin, Texas. And, we're not influenced by anyone ever on this show. We're never influenced. I am never influenced by anyone on this show. I meet successful, powerful people all the time, but I'm never like a guy who's like, oh, I should start evangelizing on the behalf of anyone. I've never felt that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do, and this is unrelated. This is an unrelated point. I was thinking this morning about what a great company Palantir is. While I had my eggs. And I woke up and I said, what a great company it is, because they have all the information of the people. Mm-hmm. And that's what you want. Mm-hmm. You want all the information to be in a place. And I think they do it good. They do it well. So I'm a fan of them.
Yeah, great investment.
The great investment.
Yeah.
I also would like to say, I like the Central Intelligence Agency. I like them. They're efficient. They're mysterious. Mm-hmm. And I think that we have to relax when we are always with the bringing up the bad things they did in the past. Enough with that. Stop that. Everyone's made mistakes. When I was young, I kicked my friend. That wasn't becoming of my character. That's not who I am. So I like the Central Intelligence Agency. I like it. And I think it's good. And I don't think you should be upset if people want to listen to what you're saying on the phone or read your email. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal if people know what medications you're on and if they need to be refilled. I'm okay with that. And you should be too. I think we ask too many questions. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm an independent broadcaster who has thoughts that are in his head that he says them. They are not given to me by anyone, and I am not influenced by anyone. But God damn it, if Jeff Bezos isn't a great fucking guy. He's a great guy. And I want things to be delivered to me with a drone. Right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying those things and only those things. Mark Zuckerberg gets a bad rap. He's a sweet boy who's created a thing that's a little wacky. Do you understand? Jack Dorsey's a fine man. He's a fine man. He's created a platform that makes me feel better about the world and our ability to have a meaningful dialogue. I love you, Jack. Do you understand? Whoever owns Page, I love them.
the Patreon people. You are good people. Hey, Eric Schmidt at Google. These are, I'm just saying that I love people in tech. I like them. I think it's important that we get off their back. Get off their back. I like that they don't have an expression all the time on their face. I like that. I think that's nice. How many people do you meet where they have when you look at them, they have an expression and they go, hello, and you see, oh, you're happy or you're sad or you're embarrassed. I like when there is none. I think it's refreshing. I think it's modern. I think it's very modern when someone looks at you and does it. You can't quite tell if they're real. I like that. I enjoy that. That's what I like. People are so caught up in like, oh, I should be able to say what I want. I don't think so. I believe that you should get a list of words that you can say, which will be shorter than the ones that you cannot, and that'll make it easier for you. I'm just saying, I am saying that I have not been co-opted at all. Okay? At all. I'm just saying that I want to get the vaccine more than twice. I'd like to get it 6 or 7 times, is what I'm saying. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're in Texas and you're meeting all these people and they're influencing you. No, that's not it. I'm realizing how lucky I am that there is an industry taking care of me, taking care of us all. They're taking care of us all. Thank the Lord. I like it. I like people pooping in the street. I don't think it's a big deal. I think if you think it's a big deal, you should start a company and buy a house out of the city. But I think people should be able to poop in the street. Sorry. I'm a humanitarian. Okay? So I wanted to get that out of the way because people are always nervous how and when we'll be co-opted. So I just want to let people know there's no fear of that at all. No fear of that at all. Okay, let's do an ad break here. We do have an ad. Hold on. Let's get it. Let's get the ad here. The Tim Dillon Show is proud to be sponsored by the National Security Agency. The National Security Agency, we're watching out for you. Here at the NSA, we are pioneering new ways to make Americans safe. That is our top priority, keeping you safe by using many different ways to get information. It's not really important how we get the information. It's important we do with it what we think is best. The National Security Agency, we love you. All right, that was our first ad break. Let's do a second ad break because we roll into Moderna is now sponsoring the Tim Dillon Show. Moderna has developed a vaccine. It is fun, and it is 2 shots. You will love it and enjoy it. And afterwards, it will be shown that you have taken it in a wallet so you can get into basketball games and concerts. Moderna is always working hard to try to solve the problems of tomorrow. Just have to get these ads out of the way, folks. It's just... The Tim Dillon Show is proud to be sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill and Melinda are here to help. They want you to know that. Bill has spent years tirelessly trying to solve every problem that has ever arisen, from climate change to vaccines and diseases and overpopulation and how these all go together somehow. Bill and Melinda are very excited to help people through their charitable donations and foundations and contributions. On this show, I have said things about Bill that are not true because I'm a stupid pig. Don't listen to the stupid pig. Do your own research at their website, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because that is where the accurate information is. All other sources are not to be trusted. I am sorry for what I have said about Bill and Melinda Gates. It was inappropriate and downright wrong. I wrestle with the guilt of what I have said about them. Sometimes it is so bad that I lay in bed all day like I have just taken the much-needed second shot of the Moderna vaccine. This ad copy is good. It's not bad. I am very, very happy. I love Bill and everything he has done for the third world and our world. And all of the worlds. Bill and Melinda Gates. I am very sorry that I said that Warren Buffett was a creepy old goblin and that him and Bill were frauds and that they have a plan that if only we had any clue about it, it would scare us all. I apologize for that. I also apologize for continually bringing up the Epstein angle with Bill because Bill had no idea what Jeffrey was doing. I am a fat opportunist who likes to link this is a long ad, who likes to link people together that had nothing to do with each other. It is because I am fat and I am not thinking clearly that I have constantly brought up previous associations with Jeffrey Epstein. I am sorry. I want to take this opportunity to apologize to Bill, Melinda, and Warren Buffett for all of my transgressions. And I am excited to welcoming them as sponsors of my new show, where I will be vaccinated on the table in front of everyone. So I think it's important that people know and trust us. You know what I mean? And that's because there's so many people out there right now in the entertainment business that are, people don't trust them. But I feel like we have to kind of show everybody that just because we're in Austin and just because we know some of these people, we have not changed who we are, like our core beliefs and values, which have always been a deep love of the intelligence community and Big Pharma. Do you people realize how lucky you are with the pharmaceuticals that you can get them when you are young and keep taking them for your entire life? Do you realize how lucky you are? Many people don't have the chance to begin a regimen of Adderall at 3 and then take puberty-blocking hormones at 9 and then graduate to lithium at 12 and then keep going on a cocktail of different medications until you're in a grave. It is so nice. I just want to throw that out there. Because I think I've been very hard on the pharmaceutical industry. I've said that they're selling us junk cures for products for problems that they've invented. And I want to say that I'm dead wrong. I am dead. Think of this. Everything I have said before today, I have been dead wrong. Dead wrong. And I realize that. I have realized that. I've been dead wrong. I think Chelsea Handler's doing a good job with her documentaries about black people. I want more of them. I want more of her content. I believe in her and her mission. And if I've ever said anything on this show that makes people doubt that, it's because I'm a bad person. But I'm trying to get better at that. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand? Now, since we left this person's house, my cell phone has not worked. And I think that's a coincidence. Right?
Yeah, probably.
And there's something odd with my car. When I turn it on, it makes a weird sound. But I don't think that any of that is related. Do you think we'll be invited back?
I hope so. They were lovely.
They were very fun. I had a great time. What are the chances?
I think 50%.
Okay.
50.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I'll get better at pickleball in the meantime.
I hope so. I just want to use this opportunity. Why are you?
I'm not.
I want to use this opportunity to talk about my love. My love for Elizabeth Holmes. She made one mistake. You know? One mistake. That's all. You know? Why are you're all nervous now?
I'm not nervous at all.
Why are you all nervous?
I'm not nervous. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're very nervous.
No, I'm not.
You think they're going to kill you? You think they'd kill you? You think they'd waste their time remotely hijacking your Tesla when you and your wife are going to get oysters at whatever dump is in Austin? You think they'd waste their time killing you? Have you not lost your mind? If they're going to kill anyone, it's going to be me.
I don't want anyone to kill you.
That's true. Would not be good. But I did all the ads that I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we're going to have an issue. Do you think so? I enjoyed it, and I hope we're invited again.
I love our new sponsors. I love our new friends.
I was wrong to question why Bill Gates wanted to shoot a missile of dust at the sun. That was a mistake.
Mm.
I'm sorry about that. I think he should shoot a missile of whatever he wants at whatever he wants. You understand that?
Mm.
I want my audience to know that I have integrity. Okay? Is there anything else we didn't cover? We're doing this Bitcoin conference. We are doing this until that email comes in tomorrow. But we can't. We're doing it. When is it? Can you get the ad? This is a real ad.
June. Oh, let's do that. Let's go right into an ad. Perfect. Yeah, right here. Here you go.
What if I told you that Bitcoin is the future of money? Now what if I told you there's going to be an actual in-person, in-the-flesh event this year, focused exclusively on Bitcoin, and it's going to be the biggest event in Bitcoin history? Now what if I continue to tell you that event will happen in Miami, Florida on June 4th and 5th, and that I, Tim Dillon, was going to be there too? Would you believe me? It's true. The Bitcoin 2021 conference is happening, folks. It'll be sunny, hot, Miami, Florida, June 4th or 5th. Headlining the conference will be Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter. Chamath Palapilya. He retweets us. We like him. Tony Hawk, who is a Bitcoiner. Michael Saylor, the dude who keeps taking out $1 billion loans against his company to buy Bitcoin. And Nick Szabo. He's a fun guy on Twitter. Tim Dillon will also be considered a headliner if he does a good job with the ad read. Oh. There will be a whale day ahead of the conference. If you're rich like me, you need to buy a whale pass and get there a day earlier on June 3rd. There'll be Bitcoin powered. We don't even know what we're doing for this. No one's told us.
No one will let us know.
No one has told. Do you think they're just going to execute us in front of all these people? No, we've emailed 9 times to figure out what's expected of us.
We know we're doing a live podcast.
We're doing a live podcast.
And you're moderating something.
I'm moderating something. There'll be Bitcoin-powered arcade games, a massive art gallery with all the most famous Bitcoin artists. Tony Hawk is skating a half pipe, and much more. An after party that I'll be opening up for. I don't even know what's happening here. This event will be the event of the year. It's going to sell out. Get your tickets now. Go to B/TC. What? No,
B.TC/conference. I'll put it on the screen right here, and it'll be in the description.
Yeah, go to B.TC/conference. Promo code Tim Dillon. 10% off your ticket price. Am I selling tickets to this?
Yeah.
But am I getting anything from that?
Well, you're getting paid to do the Bitcoin conference.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not what I'm going to get people to come to this and then go if you want to see me do a live pod. We have no idea what's going on or what we're doing. I mean, that's not the greatest sales pitch, but I genuinely don't know. We don't know, but it's going to be fun because it's always fun.
Yeah.
But do you know what we're doing?
Not a clue.
Right.
I don't know if your agent doesn't know. I don't know what's going on, but we will be in Miami.
And we're going to do a live podcast. And then I'm moderating an event.
And it looks like you might be doing stand-up at an after party or something.
I don't know. No one has said anything about it. Come learn about Bitcoin and celebrate life and freedom at the Bitcoin 2021 conference. B.tc/conference and use the code Tim Dillon, 10% off. Jack Dorsey's going to be headlining on Twitter. Is he a Bitcoiner?
Yeah. They all are.
They all are. It should be interesting. I mean, I'm wondering how this is going to go. You know?
Like, are we going to be podcasting in like a half pipe that Tony Hawk is like skating in?
I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. You may want to come and see it to just see it because I genuinely do not have an idea. It'll be funny, certainly, but I don't know what's going to happen.
This will be way more fun than like a comedy festival or something. 100%.
Yeah, I am hoping.
Yeah.
I believe so. It's a real cultural moment. A live Tim Dillon show from the biggest Bitcoin conference. I mean, it's going to be wild. They're going to talk about everything, right? All the coins, Dogecoin. I want to wear like a Dogecoin shirt.
Well, this one might specifically just be for Bitcoin, it looks like, not crypto in general.
Well, what if I have the Dogecoin dog on a shirt? Have a little fun.
That could be a big hit, yeah.
I mean, we got to figure something out here. We got to do something. So I'm thinking if we put him on the shirt, people can see we're putting the work in here. You know? What else can we do? Because that was my idea. Do you have any ideas you brought to the table?
Well, my idea is I would like us to do the live podcast with Gary V. I think that would be amazing. Invitation to Gary V, if you allow me to.
I would love it. I would really like. I don't know if he's going to do it.
If you know Gary, let him know that we'd like him as a guest.
I will pay Gary V money to be on the show at the Bitcoin conference. It will be a lot of fun. It will be a lot. Like he could coach me as to how to like start a business. What I'd like to do is get Gary V and bring my friend Ryan, who's a recovering heroin addict, to the conference. And I'd like to have Gary instruct Ryan on how to start a business. That would be my goal. If I could get Gary V to instruct my recovering heroin addict friend on how to build a brand. That would be my goal. But it is a weird, like it's going to be interesting, but we don't know what's going to happen. Are people going to sit and listen?
I think it's like a TED Talk thing, but with Bitcoin. Like people are going to sit around talking about Bitcoin.
But to our podcast.
Yes, I believe so.
We should get a guest. Who are we going to get?
Well, my idea was Gary V.
Noted.
I guess
noted.
Another guest could be
Lil Xan.
Lil Xan.
Yo, like Bitcoin. But I'm dead serious. Shouldn't we have a guest? Who? You're the producer of this show. You went today and made a mess about pickleball. You lied on the show and said I did. You mean you did nearly the same. We did not. You blew a lot of high profile things. I blew a few of them, but you blew some serious. And I had an amazing serve. People noticed that I had a skill set.
Yeah, I was a little bit chaotic in my skill set.
You were really all over the court, and you kept cheating. You kept going into the kitchen, which is the thing you shouldn't go into.
I was wearing Clarks, though. If I was wearing tennis shoes, I could have stopped on time.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a story. But, that area right by the net, you kept going into and cheating.
Mm-hmm.
What about Roseanne? Like, I'm dead serious.
Oh, amazing.
Can we fly Roseanne to the Bitcoin conference?
From Hawaii? Sure.
I don't know what we got to do something here. I'm dead serious, paying us money. We got to figure out something.
Mm.
What if we get Chamath to explain Bitcoin to Roseanne? Something like this has got to happen. I'm telling you, we need to get somebody who needs to explain Bitcoin to someone else who's completely off the planet. Mm-hmm. That's the fusion I want to make. I want to make this happen. I want to take a Bitcoin expert. Maybe I'll just get one of my friends who's like from Long Island, who's just completely shot. I don't know. But that's what needs to happen here. Whitney Webb is coming up. She's going to be here to discuss getting thrown off of Patreon, why that happened. She's also going to talk about vaccine passports, why she's skeptical that the Maxwell new charges mean much. We told her we'd have her back if the Maxwell thing goes to trial, which we don't know if it will or not.
It's supposed to in July, yeah.
We'll also be, we got an episode with Stanhope on the Patreon right now, the higher tier, because we kind of fucked them over. We didn't mean to. We were going to do a big, long episode with Doug and put it out this week, but it just didn't work. It just kind of went off the rails at the end. It was like, this was what we could do here. We can't, But we'll be back there. Mm-hmm. Lovely people. Love them both. Doug and Bingo. We'll be back there. So we got that rocking and rolling. We got live dates. A lot of them are sold out. The majority of them are sold out. And we got more being announced all the time. The world's opening up, and we're out there having a lot of fun, or just doing what we have to do as a job. You choose. Your choice. Some of it is fun. But, I hope this is fun. What about AJ?
I was kind of thinking that, or like maybe even,
They're shutting Alex Jones down. They're not letting that happen. Because what about if Alex Jones, charged Jack Dorsey on stage? He's like, you motherfucker. And Jack Dorsey's like, who the fuck brought Alex Jones? And it's like, oh, the comedian that we hired.
It would be really cool if we snuck Alex in. He stayed at our hotel. And we got him to enter the back door. He just like the Kool-Aid man just popped into the conference.
Yeah, well, now that no one will figure that out now. You just put that plan out there, dumb. Well, no, I mean it's clearly a situation where we need to bring in a guest. Who else? You said Alex, and then you were thinking of somebody else.
Oh, maybe someone's. I was thinking not Ghislaine Maxwell, of course, because she's not on bail, but I'm trying to think of someone.
We also can't talk to a human trafficker for goofs. We can't bring on a human trafficker for a bit. People would get angry at that, and rightly so. Like yucking it up with Ghislaine Maxwell, who's tortured children. There's got to be some line. What about Rogan? Should I email Rogan, text him, email him a formal offer, tell him we'll pay him $1,500 to appear? Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
No.
How well do you know me?
Very well.
Almost as well as anybody.
Probably better than anyone.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Who am I going to say?
Shit.
What about Eric Weinstein?
Oh, fuck. Come on.
In a world. Why not?
That would be the absolute perfect guest.
Why not? How about Eric, Brett, Heather? Eric, Brett, Heather, Jordan Peterson, Michaela Peterson, Sam Harris, Barry Weiss, Roxanne Gay. What about Roxanne Gay? I don't know. I don't know anymore. What if we just had the Weinsteins on and we talked about trans people for 3 hours? People are like, what does this have to do with Bitcoin? Talk about the coin. We're getting heckled. We're like puberty blockers. They're like, talk about the fucking coin. We're here to make money. We should talk about, what a great troll to talk about something completely unrelated. There's something that has nothing to do with it. We're just talking about the Kennedy assassination for an hour. They go, yeah, that was not the room for that. They really went off the rails. What if we bring Sharon Osbourne in and get her drunk and have her just fucking go crazy shouting Asian slurs?
Amazing.
You know these motherfucking wontons, motherfucking people. Piers Morgan.
Mm-hmm. John McAfee.
He's not going to step on the U.S. soil, right?
Yeah, he's like still on the run. Steve Bannon could be interesting too.
Steve Bannon. At a bit, now that'll be a major story if he would do it. The conference people would probably get mad. They don't want to politicize it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe they're friends with him. I have no idea.
They probably are behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. But in front of those doors, they're going to act like you have no idea who he is. All these billionaires stopped pretending they didn't know who Trump was when he got elected. It's like, wait, what?
Matt Gaetz.
What about Matt Gaetz? What about Donald Trump Jr.? DT June.
I think he'd do it.
Trying to think who we could get that would actually be good for the show. Hmm. What if we had it's got to be someone in that world.
Well, yeah, I mean, if John McAfee can step on U.S. soil, he would be legendary if we gave him some white Russians and just let him go.
Right.
He's amazing.
Right. Well, anyway, as you can tell, we've planned out a real big, great event. And we've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. So go to b.tc/conference. That's all fake. We know exactly what we're doing. It's going to be amazing. b.tc/conference. Use the code Tim Dillon for 10% off. Sheath underwear is great. It works as underwear and a bathing suit. Go to sheathunderwear.com. The owner of Sheath Underwear, the founder of Sheath Underwear, was a soldier. And I like to support businesses of the troops. And they have a flexible pillowcase for your junk. It's literally all I wear. They're the best. You have to try it yourself. Give them a Google, sheathunderwear.com. The inventor, Robert Patron, check the story. It's interesting and even somewhat inspiring. It is inspiring. It really is. Do you know the Sheath Underwear story?
No.
Robert was in the service. I forget which branch. Marines or something. Maybe not. Maybe Army. I don't know. He went to Iraq. He had like 3 tours or 4 or something crazy. 3 or 4 tours in Iraq. And then he came home and he had a little PTSD. And he murdered his wife and his kids. He murdered his wife and his 2 children. And then he started this underwear company. And it's so comfortable to me that I don't know why anyone wears anything else. He bludgeoned them. He bludgeoned his wife in front of the children first. And then he said he couldn't live with the types of people that they would grow up to be. So he killed both of them. This is sad, but this is common and this is what happens. But this is what heroes sometimes do. And he killed his family. And then he started an underwear company. And it is really great. And it's because it cradles your junk in a very good way. You know? He learned about the importance of underwear when he was organizing the warlords in Afghanistan who like to fuck ladyboys in Afghanistan, many of them children. He learned about the importance of underwear because the climate in Afghanistan is very interesting. It's very hilly. The only thing that grows there is opium. And they would walk around a lot and they would chafe. Their junk would chafe. And they wanted their junk to be nice for when they just submerged it into the child ladyboys that are running around Afghanistan. And we were organizing the warlords to overthrow the Taliban because the warlords, even though they were pedophile opium farmers, we felt that they would construct a successful democracy in Afghanistan. So the warlords had gone to Robert and said, we need to cradle our junk so we could continue fucking these ladyboys in tents, and so that, because it's what we do, and then we can start work on roads and bridges and a library. So he learned about underwear from them. He also learned about underwear when it was so hot in Guantanamo Bay. They used to put people in like a hot box and it would be so hot. And the guards that would have to check on them would say, hey man, so much sweat, the balls are sticking to my leg. When I got to check on this guy every 3 minutes to see if we've killed him. And then he'd go, why is that guy even in here? He'd go, I don't know. And he goes, but I need underwear to cradle my junk. You see? He also learned about underwear the day after he shot Benazir Bhutto in the face. After he shot Benazir Bhutto in the face, he learned, he was sitting in a cafe in Karachi, Pakistan, and he said, I wish something would cradle my junk right now. And one of the Afghani warlords was like, we can get a child to do it. He's like, no, I'm not into that. So they said, you should invent an underwear. I'm doing the ad the way they want. I'm just following orders. Sheathunderwear.com, 20% off.
Use the code Tim. We have to say that. Okay, now Whitney Webb.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. Returning favorite. She is the tech community's favorite reporter. When are you going to win that award? When are they all going to get together and give you an award for being the tech community's favorite reporter? From an undisclosed location, Whitney Webb. Now, I want to go into this with you first. What happened with Patreon?
Oh, man. Okay, so that was going on actually while I was moving countries. So I just left Chile for the first time in like 6 years. And I'm going to live somewhere else now. And while all of that was happening, Patreon sent me an email saying my account was set to be suspended if I didn't delete certain posts for medical misinformation, they said. But it's like a scripted email. So they had, here are the examples of misinformation we found on your page, and they left it blank for me. I actually tweeted this out. Other people that had gotten this email from Patreon had like links, examples of the alleged misinformation on their page provided to them. They left mine blank. So I responded and asked, and they provided links then instead to things that had never been posted on Patreon, but things that had been posted on my website, Unlimited Hangout, including some that I'd never even written, claiming that Patreon's community guidelines apply to my personal website.
So wait a minute.
And because
They sent you links from articles, some of them that you wrote, but some of them that other people had wrote?
Yeah, that were on just my website.
And they were saying if you don't delete those articles, then you're off Patreon.
Yes, and I am off Patreon because I'm not going to delete them because there's nothing factually wrong with them.
Right.
And they, declined to say what was wrong about the articles. On their website, on Patreon's website, the only examples of medical misinformation they're going to censor for are things like telling people to drink bleach and telling people that UV light is the same as a COVID-19 vaccine and stuff that I would never say on my site and stuff like that. But I'm not the only one that got censored in this way. Like James Corbett of the Corbett Report and Ryan Christian of The Last American Vagabond were also taken down under this new policy. James Corbett especially, cites literally everything he says and has never been wrong, never had to retract anything. So it's really amazing that they went after him as well. But all of this is about any sort of reports that were critical of the vaccine. So in the case of, in my particular case with Patreon, they were most unhappy about an article about the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine that I wrote in December. And, fast forward a couple months, I mean, I think it's over 20 countries now that are no longer using that vaccine because of safety concerns. And that article was about how the people that developed that vaccine have a history of doing really shady things in their safety trials, and including this one. But I was talking, about past examples. And also the fact that one of the developers of that vaccine gave a speech and is deeply connected to individuals that are part of something called the Galton Institute in the United Kingdom, which is the renamed British Eugenics Society. They used to be the Eugenics Society until 1989, I guess, thinking that having eugenics in your name was fine.
I liked it until 1990. They were like, we're still going with this eugenics name because maybe there'll be a turn in public opinion.
Right. But they named it Galton after Francis Galton, who's the guy that came up with eugenics and talked about how there's a need to improve racial stock in the West and all of this stuff. So, they're apparently still fine with it. So I thought it would be, it's obviously newsworthy, the guy developing this vaccine that they were marketing specifically through COVAX and to, like third world countries and stuff like that, was the one that was being developed by a guy with links to this institute and that had this, questionable track record. I mean, everything there is like sourced exactly where I get it from, like all of my articles. So
it's ironic. It's ironic to say the least that this gentleman is behind the AstraZeneca vaccine. And that was the article that they had a problem with.
Yes, but they wouldn't say what was factually inaccurate. And in their original email, they didn't even give me an example of misinformation. They just sent me the notice saying that I was going to be suspended and deplatformed. Obviously that has an impact on what I do. For most of last year until I saw the writing on the wall a little bit with Patreon and created a backup, to be able to financially support myself and my website. If I hadn't done that, last year, Patreon doing this would have completely shut me down. So,
well, we want you to plug that right now. Where can people go and support you now?
Well, since Patreon shut down, for people that don't want to use the main alternative I've been using, which is Rockfin, ROKFIN, where I have my podcast and some other stuff directly through my website on Unlimited Hangout. We basically set up a Patreon equivalent like on the site. So there's there's posts and it's sort of like a forum thing and you can comment that you can join by signing up with really like any amount for like a monthly thing, just like Patreon.
Yeah, there's something very strange about Patreon censoring people for off-platform activities, meaning that it's not necessary.